Greetings and salutations. This is Pandora the Eclectic, and today we're going to be watching something really fun. Okay, alright. Yeah, fun. If you can call it fun, right, Laci?
When comedians be like, they were so fat that they're that standing sweat fat. Crisco was coming out of their pores like a fucking Play-Doh fun factory.
My sister's off the charts. I replaced her pepper spray with silly string. Anyway, that night she got raped.
Okay, first of all, I have heard Tosh.0, whatever the hell he calls himself on Comedy Central of all places. He's not that funny. But, you know, he's gonna show us that it's not just that at all.
Well, hi, babes. Let's talk about jokes. When I first started speaking up about rape jokes when I was in high school, a bunch of my friends were like, oh my god, Laci, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. See, it's a joke.
Yeah, first of all, let's start off with this. You are not, and I repeat this again, you are certainly not Jerry Lewis. So, knock it off with the Jew voice, okay? Sounds great? Great. Awesome. And I think I've offended plenty of Jews in my audience now. Not that I'm aware of the fact that they existed. Outside of Hollywood, anyways.
Line was just a way to make me shut up when I criticized them. As Nicole Arbor learned last week,
No, technically, they were just trying to tell you that that's what it is. It's just a joke. Learn to laugh. Learn to have a sense of humor. Something that I think a lot of social justice warriors and people like you can't and possibly don't have. Okay? Or have an inability to do. Yeah.
cool, and then calling it humor doesn't make it any less cruel. A pile of shit with a bow on it is still a pile of shit. The most basic tenet of comedy is that it's supposed to make us laugh, right? A good joke can be clever, smart, uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, jokes are supposed to make you laugh, but they're also subjective. Not everyone's gonna find every single joke in the world to be funny. Okay?
Oh, weird, biting, goofy, obnoxious, and yes, even offensive. Hitting the funny bone is a...
Yeah. That's kind of the point. These kinds of comics that you're talking about, they're trying to do things such as satire, which is kind of taking something that does occur in society and kind of making a big deal out of it. But why are they doing this? Maybe to get people to pay attention to it, you know. So yeah, Laci, are you trying to say rape isn't a big deal, basically? Think about it.
skill, and it isn't easy. But you know what is easy? Being an asshole. Humor.
Actually, it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched Scrubs, Laci, but someone who typically is a jerk either has to think of a lot of things to be a jerk about, or has to find ways to avoid being thought of as a jerk. Okay?
Is a type of communication. All humor has an underlying message, and that message, whether or not we consciously process it, is the reason why we're laughing. Things like rape jokes, fat jokes, police brutality jokes that come at the victim's expense, that's a key, normalize inequalities that already exist in the world. People with less power are seen.
Yeah, like I said, satire. It's taking something and taking something that is a big deal, such as that, and making fun of how completely ridiculous it is it's happening. But here's a joke, and I think everyone's probably heard this one before. But, you know, basically, it's a joke of how many cops does it take to screw in a light bulb? Oh, I don't know. They're usually too busy being in the room because it's black. You know, the joke is kind of making fun of how there are corrupt cops in America would actually do such a stupid thing. And also the fact that, you know, they're too busy not doing the job they're supposed to do, which is, you know, I don't know, protecting or giving us safety and whatever, rather than, which would be kind of what the light bulb was supposed to do. Okay? You could see it that way if you wanted to. But not saying everyone does, especially not someone like you. But I would hardly say jokes are normalizing it. No. Like I said, they're trying to take something that is typically hard for people to swallow and trying to get people to laugh at it. That's the whole point. Anyways.
As acceptable targets for cruelty. So when we laugh at someone suffering,
Again, it's not that we're laughing at their cruelty. Laughing at the fact that, oh yeah, it'd be real cool to be cruel to a black person or a woman or a child or anything like that. But no, we're laughing at how completely ridiculous the person who's committing the crime truly is. It's like, just the event itself is ridiculous. Like, okay, it was one thing for me to get raped. It's a whole different thing when I go to these to get raped. I mean, frankly, it took the guy 5 hours to, you know, get it up. I mean, frankly, at this point, I think rape was kind of a saving grace. As, you know, sort of thing. We're laughing at how ridiculous it is. That's okay. That the shot is not bad enough that, well, okay, sorry. Joke went on too far. Went on too far. See?
we're participating in a broader cultural phenomenon, but we don't take those injustices seriously. But nothing should be off limits, the comedians cry. I am an American, and I have freedom of speech. I totally...
Yeah, they do. They have all that right, Laci Green. Just like you have that right to say whatever the hell you want. But apparently, if you don't agree with it, it means you can bitch and complain about it and get it banned. And everyone's like, oh yeah, I get to argue about it. Which they're not, by the way. And we're talking about you, Anita Sarkeesian, as well.
Agree. See, I say all manner of offensive shit to the mainstream. I'm out here, y'all. Criticism doesn't mean that the subject matter is a problem. It's not necessarily the topic, it's the approach. If the approach isn't funny, then critics also have free speech to say what they think. Just like any other form of entertainment, comedy does not have some special sacred immunity to criticism.
No offense, but that also means feminism doesn't have the right to avoid criticism. Right, Laci?
While Daniel Tosh might think that rape is absolutely hilarious, many of us come to comedy to have a good time, not to be reminded that other people see us as less than human. This bigger comedy debate isn't about constitutional rights, which are robust. Well, generally robust. It's about what's morally right, which is not as robust.
I hate to break it to you, Laci, but some people don't mind rape jokes. They do think they're funny. Even if they're feminists, they think they're a freaking hilarious one because, well, it is an issue, like you said. It's a big issue. So, yeah, we should be laughing at how stupid and ridiculous it is because, unfortunately, it's not going to go down or ever go away completely. So, the best thing you can do is learn to accept that it happens and how to deal with it better, like dealing with it person who's a bigot. Mm-hmm. Or what? Okay.
What we choose to say and do with our platforms, with the stage, with the mic, with the YouTube channel, with the Twitter account, with the TV show, that speaks volumes about our character. We can punch up at abuses of power, or we can continue to punch at those who are already down. So how do you know which direction something's punching? It's pretty simple. Just ask, who finds this funny? Jokes by no means need to be universal, but who's in the group that's laughing? Are abusers, date rapists, the KKK, high school bullies laughing with me? Who is being validated by the message that I'm communicating?
I hate saying this, but when you want people who are completely abusive and horrible to other people, who are probably the ones being the cause of the problem, to be laughed at, scoffed, and mocked, which is probably what they're doing. And also, when you want them to laugh too, maybe to go, "Oh, well, what was I doing? Oh, sorry." You know, when you want them to realize what they're doing is stupid.
And by saying that it is okay to tell an off-color joke. We're all learning. I've told mess-up jokes. You told mess-up jokes. We're all idiot humans. I don't think we need to handle this by burning people at the stake. That's so 1500s. I think the key is to recognize and apologize. Don't like.
Well, here's the thing, Laci. Even if that's what you're not trying to do, you are trying to almost kind of ban some of these jokes or state that, hey, you know, these hurt my feelings, and so I don't want them told anymore. Yeah, that's kind of what you're saying when you're trying to, especially at the, you know, when you got to the freedom of speech part of your video. You know, you want freedom of speech, fine, great, but do not try to tell people that freedom of speech is not allowed because it offends you, okay? Or something like that. Or, if anything, don't try to think that that also means that you cannot be criticized, okay?
Your ego get in the way. There are some amazing comedians in our YouTube community and in the world. They're making us laugh. They're giving us a place to run away from all the bullshit. And
okay, I like Superwoman. She's funny. I don't know that much about Tyler Oakley. Some of these guys I've never heard of. Anna Arcana, fuck her. You know, God, good grief, cannot stand her worth a damn, okay? But that's my personal opinion, by the way. Nice Peter / EVR. I don't think I exactly remember them being pro-woman, per se. But I don't remember them being anti-woman, you know, according to a feminist ideal. Let's see. But that's my opinion. I know I've written late, but I don't watch them that often, so. Well, the others I'm kind of, not sure. I'm not saying don't check them out, but let's put it this way. This person who lacks a sense of humor, almost, I don't think a lot of these may be funny for that reason. But, again, comedy is subjective.
some of them are even changing the world, which is like really sexy to me. It just got really warm in here. Not everyone needs to reach that pinnacle of perfection and change the world with their comedy, but at the very least, we can.
That's not what they're trying to do in the first place. Again, it is supposed to just help people, you know, relieve or get over certain amounts of stress and learn how to deal with it better. But that's not what you want, now do you, Laci?
Be good to each other. Alright, babes, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon with more Sex Plus. Mwah.
Okay, well, you know, yeah. No offense, but that's 3 whole minutes I'm never gonna get back, and I think that's it. Anyways, yeah, I give that video a strong, almost 1 out of nothing, you know. But anyways, guess that's it. And, I would end on a joke, but I can't think of anything. Anyways, see you later, Hoosers. This is Pandora the Eclectic telling you all to keep it frosty, and Laci, I believe Hastings, and I believe Tosh Point oh took your sense of humor. You could always call and ask him for it back, I think. But anyways, have a great one.